Wow!
Sorry?
Happy Monday morning.
Wow.
Well, look, you're getting double Lee for your money this morning. It's Lee Wraith from Laney.
Hi, folks.
It's lovely to see you again.
It's great to be back.
You got a great tan. You obviously had a nice summer.
Oh, had a lovely little 5 days away in the sunshine. And I should have stayed at home, saved my money, because it's been hot here, hasn't it? So, hey.
It has indeed. Well, look, as we reach the end of the British summer, there is something at least to cheer us up here in a couple of new products from Laney. And Lee has very kindly decided to bring them down and tell us all about them. So, Mr. Lee, these are Foundry, sort of an extension of the Foundry range, right?
That's right. So, you guys probably know about this already, but we released a new Foundry range, which is to take our big valve or tube amps and distill them down into smaller solid state fun packages, effectively. We started that with a loud pedal, which is the 60 watt version of this on the floor. And then we've turned that into two little fun heads as well. So you've got the LeadTop, which is almost the same as the loud pedal, but in head format, a few differences. And then you've got the DualTop. Both of these are 60 watts. And the DualTop comes with a second channel and also a bunch of appointments on the back for home recording and such. And they're great because you've got this kind of ability to go from super clean to, you know, blistering metal-y stuff, chugga stuff that we were doing a minute ago.
It's an interesting, it doesn't feel solid statey, you know, in the obviously tonally speaking, I think probably especially at lower volumes, you know, it has a really nice, smooth tone. But I think often with this kind of product, the giveaway is that it feels somehow disconnected to you as a guitar player.
There's a squishiness to it when it's got a compression to it that makes it feel tubey, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so I kind of feel congrats to the Laney design team for that, because I do think it's a pleasant amp to play. So what's mine called? A LeadTop?
This is the LeadTop, so the IRF, which is Ironheart Foundry, because this is obviously in the full Ironheart vibe with the red glowing lights and all of that. So yeah, this is the Ironheart Foundry LeadTop. It comes, if you want to buy a rig, you can get it with this 112 cab, which is a matching cab that's been paired appropriately and designed specifically for these heads. This is a single channel amp with a clean and solo switch to allow you to switch between, you know, clean and solo tones. It comes with a foot switchable boost, which is the big red dial there. And then you've got this 3-band tone stack, and then you've got this 3 kind of triple switch for the EQ
this kind of element.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'll quickly take you through some sounds. I've got my regular pedal board plugged into the front of this and a Strymon Blue Sky through the effects loop. So I actually was predominantly just using the gain sound in the amplifier for that opening piece of like sort of heavier stuff with like a tube screamer vibe over the top, just to sort of, you know, give it a little bit of extra. But I was really impressed. I mean, it's pretty pokey, right? So I'm on my clean setting now. So you're saying the gain control doesn't do anything on the clean setting, is that right?
Yeah, it should just be a volume at this point.
Yeah, okay. I should also mention I'm in the 60 watt mode.
Yes, so you've got a little switch on the back that goes, have the full 60 watts if you want it.
So how much?
And it's loud enough to play with a drummer. And then if you switch down to the less than 1 watt version, then you can keep your tone, but
I'm in the... Yeah, so the 1 watt mode, brilliant for practice, not much fun for, you know, this kind of demo, but... Reverb coming from this pedal. I know why it's loud. I've got the boost
got the boost on.
That's why I thought. So everyone's looking, going, you got the boost on. Well, that's a nice clean sound. Snappy. 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble. I've got a pretty traditional kind of Fender-y style, you know, bit of extra bass, a little bit less mid-range, treble, flat. If I go over to the lead sound and we can introduce a little bit of gain here. If I'm honest with you, almost visually, I kind of feel like it's targeted at someone that wants to play some heavier stuff, but actually, you know, that is a perfectly good, usable, nice bluesy rock kind of tone. The clean sound was good, so I think looks are a bit deceptive.
Well, they kind of are for the Ironheart range anyway.
Yeah.
Because they do look like fire-breathing monsters, and of course they can do that. They've got bags and bags and then bags on top of that gain. But the clean channels, because it's a triple mode amp, the valve ones are, the tube ones, have got huge amounts of headroom. So you can play, you've got players like Martin Miller who use it just to play jazz.
Right.
So you rock it up to this gig.
I think that's happened so many times in the sort of, you know, all the sort of pantheon of great amplifiers, is really versatile, amazing amplifiers get pigeonholed for a genre. And then it's like, oh, well, that's all it's good for. And it's sort of... So that's no pedals, that's just like a low gain setting. I might want to put, I'm using a Kernam Ridge here on a sort of a lower gain. I mean, it takes pedals great.
Sounds great.
But yeah, where we had it for that opening, assuming we used the opening jam that was heavier, that's no pedals again. I've switched all my pedals off. I've just literally dialed the gain in a bit more. I know maybe this style of guitar wouldn't be what you'd necessarily reach for, but this is a quarter pounder in the back, so it's a heavier sounding. What else can we do? We can now, maybe I'll change the EQ setting a little bit here. It is, the response is nice. It's nice to play.
It's dynamic, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if we've mentioned yet. I mean, these are crazy affordable. So I'm sort of, I suppose I'm pleasantly surprised that they're nice to play.
Yeah.
Boost mode. Is that just more volume, or is it boosting the gain going in?
No, you've probably got a tiny bit of gain going. It's not going to just be headroom.
Right, so... I gotta say, that is, that's really nice to play.
Yeah.
Not, and again, I haven't put a single, what might I put on? Just again, a little bit of boost, bit of delay maybe. Oh, my mix is too high, I've got too much gain. I really probably should put the delay through the effects loop, but.
Awesome.
Wow, that's great. I mean, and again,
transformer isolated effects loop, so kills the num.
Kills the num.
Hum. Kills the hum. Numbs the hum.
A transformer isolated effects loop, that's the technical term, is it? So that's specifically so that when you're putting pedals through your effects loop, there's no ground hum.
That's right. I mean, it literally is isolating it from the power, if that makes sense.
But that wasn't the only cool thing about the effects loop, was it?
No, because the line, especially on the LeadTop and the DualTop, there's a bit more to the DualTop, but on the LeadTop, you can go directly out of the effects send and use that as a line out, so speaker emulated line out. So you could go directly into your Scarlett interface or another interface and record the head silently.
We had a headphone socket on the back and
Headphone
an
socket
aux
out
in.
and an aux in for your practice. And
Fair play, man. I mean,
doesn't need to be plugged into a cab.
right, okay. Back in my 1 watt mode again. Let's gain it up and just listen to, like, you know, how much.
Give it everything.
That's great. It's still fat, isn't it?
It keeps the tone, yeah.
I mean, that's talking volume, so that's nobody's going to complain about that. Now, you have got what do you call the bigger version of this?
So this is the DualTop, so the IRF, Iron Foundry DualTop.
And if they start chasing you in America, that's a bad thing, isn't it? Or is that's a different.
So again, this time, instead of it being a single channel, you've got 2 channels.
Yeah.
Foot switchable, and you've also got the foot switchable boost, as Lee was demonstrating before. And you've got the triple mode EQ switch, as Lee was showing you before as well. So that bit's the same. It comes with built-in reverb. This is from the Secret Path pedal,
Right.
which is the Black Country Customs UK workshop for Laney. Taken the spring reverb out of that, put it into here, because it's just a really nice sounding reverb algorithm. On channel 1, you have 3 different gain structures that you can change.
Right.
So effectively, it's tinkering with the diodes. So you can have a super clean tone. You can then, if you wanted to roll the gain in, then you can have an asymmetric gain, or you can have a symmetrical gain. So what that actually means in real terms is that you've got a very open sounding gain, great for big riffs, or on the symmetrical setting, a bit more compressed and great for kind of solo lines.
Can we hear those two?
Should we start with some clean?
Yeah. So how much was the bigger one?
This is 259.
Two.
And again, you can buy the head alone, or for a limited time, you can get the head and the 212, vertical 212.
I'm just going to say, I think the value of the bigger one, just for the reverb alone, let alone the second channel. Yeah, think about that before you go, and because that is great value for this. But if you're going to have to factor in buying a reverb pedal as well, you're probably going to end up not far short of what that would cost you. Anyway, sorry, I interrupted. Let's have a listen.
I like the fact that this is so dinky and
well,
cute
there is that.
And desktopy. This is as well, but that's just like, could put that anywhere. So yeah, clean tones then. I'm on channel 1. I'm on the clean setting. We'll bring in the boost in a minute or two, and I'll just play a few chords for you.
Can I hear what that's like with more reverb, like a more sort of drippy reverb sound? Because that was quite a
quite dry.
It was quite, and also like
Slapback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So I'll do.
It's a big clean sound.
Yeah.
You can hear the 60 watts. I mean, it's there, right?
Totally. Move some air.
Yeah.
So you could roll back the verb and change up your tone on your amp and get funk and...
Yeah.
So there's loads of headroom.
And we've not given Lee any pedals today. I've hogged them all, so everything you're hearing over here is just amp.
Just amp. So I'll keep it that clean. And I'll bring in the boost so you can hear it, because that's where I would normally use a boost pedal. When you're going into kind of full-on humbucker there, you're going to hear it, so I'm going to roll the volume back, just so I don't kill Pete.
It's good. Let's hear it. I'm interested in you hear these terms like asymmetrical and symmetrical clipping all the time in overdrive pedal videos. And one day I'll remember which circuit refers to what pedal. Yeah. But yeah, it's all to do with the sort of the smoothness of the way the amp distorts.
So asymmetrical, think Boss DS1.
Right.
It's got that vibe to it, hasn't
it?
So I'm led to believe. So my ears may have told me everything. So I'll roll the volume in so it'll kill everybody. So this is asymmetrical. And then we'll hit symmetrical.
So you're still on channel 1?
Channel 1,
so
yeah.
Does channel 2 get
even
naturally
more
gainier anyway?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
So this is kind of riff channel, if you like.
Okay. I think that I prefer the symmetrical sound, and I think all my favourite gain pedals are symmetrical clipping.
Just got a smoother vibe to it.
Yeah.
So obviously you could have the gain all the way up and kick the boost in there if you so desired, but I'll flick to channel 2 because this is where all of the main gain is. I'm trying to do that. So this has got the 3 triple mode EQ on it. So we're flat at the minute.
So we'll just. I'm still slightly staggered about the price, but okay, cool.
And then we'll hit dark. And then bright.
This is where you want to go into your YouTube settings, the little cog there, and change the playback speed. And you can go either way. You can make it half as fast, or you can make it twice as fast, just for comedy.
Okay, so that's it. Obviously, the free band EQ's there, so you can dial it even further. The cool thing, obviously, all of this is cool. On the rear of this, I'm sure we'll get some close-ups of it. You have got your aux in, your MP3 for MP3 playing, you've got your headphone socket, you've got the less than 1 watt feature again, and then there's a DI out, dedicated DI out, which allows you to have the really high quality impulse responses that Laney have created, either at a 112 and a 412 cabinet, or you can have them off completely, so you can plug this into your DAW and then put your own impulse responses on, either whilst you're playing or afterwards, or you can use the ones that are built in. So you could be on stage with this and this tone and then send the head to front of house.
Let's have a listen. So if we now, how do we switch the speaker off? Do we just unplug the speaker lead from the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we unplug the speaker lead, there we go, and then we're just going to hear this through the DI.
So let's go back to clean, because then we may as well just go through all of them again.
Do you just want to show us what it sounds like on a flick between the 112 and the 412?
So let's do that. I'm not sure what we're on at the minute.
And it just, again, this is it's a not so common feature at this price, but it's a fairly common feature. If you've got a DI, normally it's your choice. You can either run the speaker cabinet and the DI simultaneously, or you can choose one or the other depending on, you know, what you're doing. But simultaneously is cool. Imagine, you know, DI is what your audience is going to hear, because that's going to go through the front of house system, and you're going to have this on stage so you can get some air moving and
feedback and all the other stuff. So let me give some examples then using the 112 cab emulation.
Sounds decent, doesn't it?
Nice
I mean,
and clean.
Normally your clean sound, particularly if you're going for a Fendery clean sound, you'd want the 112 emulation. But just out of interest, what does the 412
should have more bottom
emulation
end
sound like?
So what was I doing? Something like.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, I mean, let's hear the...
Well, we're on the 412, so we may as well hit just some beastly distortion.
Can I just hear the channel 1, but on that symmetrical setting? Because that was kind of like one of my favourite sort of sounds, that sort of mid-gain... Don't know, we'll check for volume levels and make sure that's okay. Try, give it a
Bit of a riff.
So the brightness switch then only works for channel 2, right?
Just for channel 2, yeah.
Okay, so I just need... I'm just going to say it. This is too cheap. Like, for all the extra stuff you get over this one for just an extra 90 quid. Or this is too expensive, whichever way around. But this is the same price as the pedal, right? So this can't be too cheap. I think that... which way around have I got this wrong? I've confused myself now. But yeah, that would be my... For the extra £90, I think you get tons of extra features on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's horses for courses, isn't it?
No, look, I get it. I mean, if you're shopping, when 160 quid is the absolute limit of what you've got to spend, then of course,
you're gonna get
nothing wrong with that. But now, you did mention before we started filming that the way the cabinets are available is so on launch, you can either buy the heads on their own, or you can buy this as a mini stack, or this as a mini stack.
That's right.
But you can't chop and change.
You can't chop and change them.
But potentially, if you're watching this a few months after the video has come out, the chances are the cabs will be available.
Potentially.
Maybe.
Who
knows?
Definitely now, if you're watching, September 2023, then it's rigs only or heads.
Okay.
And if you're watching from somewhere in the future, let us know in the comments. And it's just worth checking the listings.
No, sure. Well, we'll put links
site.
to where you can find all this stuff, as well as the other stuff that we're using in this video. Not that though. That's a prototype, right?
Yeah,
That's your original.
This is my original
prototype.
AZ prototype, which I haven't played for a while, as you can tell. But yeah, this was the one they sent me to check out, and they sent a bunch of others out to people like Tom Quayle and Martin Miller and Andy Timmons and Marcus Fogley, I think, as well. Say, what is it about this that you like? Is there anything you change? And so this is one of the oldest AZs knocking about. And this neck was nowhere near as dark as this when I first got it.
Wow.
So it's aged. It's a Japanese...
Dirt.
It's just filth.
Just
filth from my
from your dirty hands. This is why you should never eat peanuts out of a bowl when you're with Lee, right? Do we have pricing for the mini stacks?
Yeah, so again, at the time of release
Yes,
of
always
this
check
rig,
the links.
479 for this rig, 349 for that.
Wicked. Wicked.
Pounds. English
Fair enough.
pounds.
Well, thank you so much, Lee, for coming down. It is always a pleasure to catch up and listen to you play. Thank you guys for watching. If you, like I say, if you want to find out more about this, links are below. Go check out the full spec on the Andertons website. And that's it. Are we jamming out?
Yeah, we should do.
We should jam out, shouldn't we? All right. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like this content, and we'll see you in another video soon.
Thank you.